Hey everyone, it says I'm live. Good morning, good morning. It's Thursday morning. I'm going to try to get our tablet set up here so I can see your comments and see what everybody's saying. My name is Leslie Ohnstad. I'm the creator of Color Art Products and I'm your host of ColorPlay Live. Hi Sherry, how you doing, sweetheart? When I can get this set up, that's awesome because then I can say good morning to everybody. And then say hello. There's a question mark for me. So it's not showing me yet, so I got to go off one more time and come back in. Doesn't help if I can't see what everybody's saying. So it says there's 2 watching, but it keeps wanting to show. Here we go. Come on, let me in. Always happens. Skip the ad. Yes, I see you. Hi Sherry, everybody. How are we doing? So Fairy Art Mother actually asked me yesterday, did you really actually have that doctor's appointment? Yes, I did. I had scheduled it months ago. I do a Zoom call. Hey there. Hi Joan from Missouri. How you doing? So yeah, I had scheduled a Zoom call with my doctor. By the way, I'm mixing resin. You are not late at all. Got in the court meeting. Sorry to miss. You didn't miss anything, sweetheart. I'm just starting. A few announcements to make. Mixing some resin, trying to watch my clock here. Make sure I get the full 3 minutes of the mixing time before we get going. Hi, John. Oh, wow. John, you made it in on a Wednesday, sweetheart. So, yes, the last couple days have been a little bit challenging. Still trying to get things organized. Bye, Kathleen. Good luck in court, sweetheart. Hope you have don't really want to say a good time in court. I hope it's the best time in court you can possibly hand. Hi, Marjorie. Okay, so we're starting to get our regulars in here. Karen with a C. I remember talking to you on the phone the other day, Miss Karen. Nice to see you here. Sharon McCabe is here. Rose Soto, new to the channel. Wow. I'm actually mixing up epoxy while we're saying hello to everybody. I did, John. John sent me a bunch of pictures and videos of an art installation that he's in. I think that's very exciting for you guys. I love seeing that stuff. I did see that, dude. I thought that was so exciting. Sorry, I got a little resin on me. I'll make sure we got the soaked paper towels here. So here's what's happening. We found out a couple weeks ago, and it took my life a little bit over, that the rent at the building is tripling. The same week I found out I have to move out of here after 18 years. Wow. Basically, a goal has been set for us for the bank to get our refinance, and then we're going to pull all this stuff together. I showed you guys the watercolors on Friday. Oh my God, I'm so excited about bringing them back, but we need space to do it. So we reached half of our goal in 6 days. Not bad. What do you mean no? You don't want the watercolors? What don't you want? No, John? N-O. What's that about? He said no to something. What are you saying no to, John? Okay, I got 2 cups of resin here that I'm mixing, so that's cup number 1. I've just got a little piece in front of me, but you never know how much epoxy we're gonna need. Yes, 18 years I've been in this house, and hey, I rent. I've been running this place as an office lab studio for years, and the landlady wants to move her daughter back in here, right? Who made it again? Luciana! Luciana's here. How you doing, sweetheart? Luciana's in the house. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take it to the people. We've been trying to figure out how to take it to the people. I suggested a sponsorship program. It's kind of evolved into a gift card program. I talked to Fairy Art Mother. She said, I'd much rather spend the money, get a gift card that I can buy something in the future with and not necessarily be stuck having to buy something right then and there that I think I want, right? So I'm going to continue the 40% off standard right now for one more week. I've already put 3 gift cards up. I'm going to put more up. If you go to the ColorPlay deals page, basically someone spends $295, they get a $500 gift card. That's 41% discount. If they spend, I think it's 400 and some change, I'm trying to think of the increments here, it's a 750 gift card with 42% discount. And we're doing the $1,000 gift card for a 43% discount. I think you spend 500 and some change. The amount you spend keeps going down because the percentages that we're giving away is going up. And with Connie, if you're interested in playing and you want a deal, you know, the thing is the gift cards can be used over and over and over, well, till it's used up. Now, how it works is normally when I do a gift card at the holiday season, let's say a husband bought a $500 gift card for his wife. She'll only want to spend $250. Then she contacts me and said, listen, I've used $250 of my card. I go in and adjust her card that allows for, because what's normally set up for one use, for that amount, completely connected to your email address. No one else can use that gift card. It actually has your name and your email address encoded on it. So what I do is I'll go in and update it and say, well, she had a $200 balance or a $150 balance or whatever the balance was, and adjust that card till it goes down. This is a way that we're thinking of being able to raise much needed capital for the company, and hopefully it works. That way you guys get a deal, you got to be a sponsor, or maybe you've got something in there you've been dying to purchase. The master sets are still set at 45% off. I told everybody it'd be Sunday money, but I'm going to run it one more week because we have to make this goal. So yeah, John, after 18 years, I got to move. And I like this house, but you know what? The benefit of moving, I'll be able to reset up this whole area here. Right now, we're kind of in a small area on a decent sized table. I've got the camera a few inches from my nose when I'm actually trying to paint on something. When I move and I can set it all up, I have an overhead camera that will connect and go right into the software, and you'll think it's my regular camera, like my face-on camera, like my phone, but I'll have all the space around me. I won't have to worry about working around the camera to give you guys some kind of content here, which is what we're trying to do. So we're trying to raise the other half of the capital that we've been told we need to meet. Those of you guys that are interested in saving a bunch of money, that would be great. Prison pours are fun, John. Prison pours are really, really fun. Okay, now a friend of mine told me a funny story about me, actually. Michelle DePorto, she's usually in our lives. Yes, here's to new beginnings. We're gonna move, we wanna do the watercolors. I need to actually expand my film space. Actually, when I move, I'm gonna put another 4-foot extension on there because I have an electric spin table I wanna set up so I can have a spinner section all the time. Or invite Michelle DePorto over and show you how she's doing her cup turning stuff on these gorgeous glass vases with resin. I've seen them, but you haven't, right? So one story she told me, and I didn't realize about myself, the day I sat there touching up, hi there, I got your message, by the way, Princess Jasmina Mom, I got your message, just didn't have a chance to call you back yesterday. She commented when I was doing the touch-up painting on one of the pours, I was talking all calm and relaxed and doing everything intuitive. And she says, the next day you did resin and your voice was higher and you were much nervous. And I realized she's right. See, I may be able to make the color, and I have a gift of collecting random facts that I've learned from artists over the past 40 years that I can share with you guys. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to go through the same challenges, the same angst, the same panic when I'm working with a substrate or a material that's still a little bit foreign to me. Like I can mix up the resin art and make you beautiful colors. But am I the best at doing an actual epoxy piece? I'm still learning like you guys. So be patient. Have a little faith in me. I'm going to turn the camera over now. I need to put some big thumbtacks on the back of this thing. I found my mallet. So my rubber mallet. Last time I did it with a tape thing. But I remember when we got these mallets, there was some kind of technique where we smashed the canvas with a mallet and we got the paint, and a whole bunch of us ran out and bought these. But they're really handy for popping in your, if you're going to use these big, and these are big giant thumbtacks. I mean, they're big and honking, right? They're easy to use. They come out fairly easy. I have to fight with them a little. But it sure makes it easy to pick up something and move it around. Okay, so what I've got here, it looks like an 11 by 14. I base coated it with a frostbite prism pour. Not necessarily because it's going to be part of the color combination, but if something is blank, I don't want a blank space left behind. Also, I personally like how the prism pour feels when it dries. Frostbite's really gorgeous. It's kind of this frosty interference blue, but it looks like it's got abalone shell in it. So under the resin, this is going to be really, really pretty. And normally you'd see me doing varnishing, but this time I'm actually going to try to mix up some epoxy colors as colors and work at it from that angle. Now, I've been watching Erica Bauer. She and Moon Cusser are amazing. This is some acetate sheets I'm sitting on either side. So if a little bit of epoxy rubs off my mat, right? A little bit oozes out. It'll fall on this epoxy sheet, and I'm keeping my area clean. So is it spring anywhere where anybody's at? Saskia's here. Oh my goodness, Saskia made it in the house. So anybody getting spring yet? I mean, it's time. I'm so tired of the winter. How about you guys? Quite frankly. Okay, so I've got a few colors here that I want to mix up. Let's see if I got more clean cups here. So I'm going to go pistachio, delphinium, purple sapphire, butterscotch, and I think I'm going to have... You having good weather, Connie? Oh my God, you guys, that's fabulous. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Ho, 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 ho. That's amazing. Yes. We're still very, 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 very cold in the morning. And and by now we're already getting like weather for Easter. I mean, warm Easter color, right? This has a little smudge on it, but I think I can use this thing. All right, so I'm going to do a little color mixing with some of the epoxy and the resin art. I'm going to eyeball. These are 3.5 ounce cups, so I'm going to eyeball what feels like an ounce in each one of them. We're going to do some color mixing here. By the way, the Purely Pigment Set 2 is shipping. I mean, I'm going to end up having to take that pre-order event off here in the next 24 hours because everything's shipping those sets are shipping on time. I'm so glad we finally got them done. They're going out. And very, very, very excited about this. 80 degrees? Marjorie, you said 80 degrees? Daffodils, cherry blossoms. Okay. I'm getting a little jelly, guys. I'm so excited for you guys, but I'm getting a little jelly. Okay, so one of the first colors that's in the kaleidoscope set, this is one of the resin art kaleidoscope sets, is pistachio. I'm just taking it off camera in case, because it's a full jar, right? And let's go ahead and use this. It's not quite a full quarter teaspoon. Let's see what kind of color we get up on this. Now the resin art has a wetting agent in it. So if you notice by the second or third stir, the color just mixes in. It makes it so the color completely dissolves. Now that's a pretty color. I'm loving all that sparkly green in there. But if I want to add a little more bright, yes, it melts like butter. John is starting to speak Leslie. Who else said here that they speak Leslie talk? She got me on the phone and started teasing me about speaking Leslie talk. And I'm like, what is she talking about? Right? So I'm having a little problem opening up my, I don't know if you guys have gone through it, in my jar openers in the other room. It's not because of the lock. Oh, good, it's finally loose. It's because when you get paint in the threads, I'm being lazy, you need to wipe them off. This will not make it easy to use your Purely Pigments. So when you're done, don't do as I'm doing, do as I'm suggesting. Make sure that you're keeping your area where your threads are kind of clean. I'm just going to put 1 drop of this in here just to kind of brighten up the pistachio. It's probably not going to need that much more. This is that sour apple in the set number 1. Let's just see. It brightened it up. It's so subtle though. I'm gonna go for 1 more. I can't stand it. I love a lot of color. So there, oop. Well, I think a lot went in there, and I have to worry about that dropper. Oops. Okay, don't do as I do, do as I suggest. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to wipe this off. And then hope there's no resin on that tip if I put this back in here. By the way, Luciana, yeah, but at least if you want to, and I don't know how you are with alcohol right now, honey, but you know the resin art can, wow, look at how much went in there. I think I went a little overboard on the sour apple. Hey, I'm glad you got your set 2 in the mail today, darling. That's fabulous. A little too much green. Yeah, wipe it off with alcohol. You're right, John. Alcohol, by the way, John's right. John Niedermeyer's right. Anytime you have a mess with epoxy, alcohol is your solvent to clean it up, right? All right, let's play with some of this butterscotch, and I'm going to add some of the Indian yellow. Now that's from set 2. This color is from set 1, and I'm in love with that chartreuse green, that sour apple color. I just went a little overboard in that epoxy. So we'll see what happens. Here's our butterscotch. Yeah, that butterscotch is a pretty color. But sometimes it's just so yellow, you know. Oh, come on, Bubby. Did I not put that much in there? Looks like not much went in there. Yes, it really is. There's 2 drops of that in there. Usually the butterscotch is a little bit more intense. We had a batch that came out, I'm just saying, guys, everybody knows. We had a batch that came out years ago, and I ended up with them, where something was added to them. Hello, Tara. How you doing, sweetheart? So nice to see you. Tara Perry is here. Tara Perry's in the house. Yeah, and for some reason, just a couple of the colors, it was like somebody got something in a batch that was insoluble. It's almost like they put the wrong color in the batch. I'm adding some more from this jar because I know I've used this before. But years ago, and I hate to admit it, but there we go. And it really is a nice butterscotch color. I still want more Indian yellow to it. Oh, sweetheart, hope you feel better. Tara's got a migraine, everybody. 2 more drops of the Indian yellow. I'm calling it Indian yellow. It's called Aztec yellow because Indian yellow was already taken. Okay, so now we got a nice mustardy color. Okay, I'm going to go with purple sapphire. Probably hands down. I hate those migraines, sweetheart. We certainly hope you feel better. Now, the purple sapphire is from the regular Luster Pigments line, where this is the Galaxy Diamond. You can see this has a bigger flake, right? Yeah, that purple sapphire is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Mix up in like a heartbeat. But I want to put a little bit of interference violet in it, right? I want to beef this up just a little bit. I could go blue, but I'm really liking when a warm violet is this warm, I have a tendency to kind of stay on the side of where the mica already is. I just heard a noise back there. Sounds like Harley's getting into trouble here. So I'm adding a little bit more bling to this, and it lightens it up like a shade, adding some interference violet to this. Okay. I also have delphinium. If you notice, I'm going right down the line of my favorite fab colors here. I know how pretty this delphinium is. It's sort of like the Prussian blue in the primary elements, sort of in the fact that it's a blue violet. Yeah, Harley is in all kinds of trouble. Thank you, sweetheart. Nice to see you, Casey. Now look at how pretty that delphinium is. This is a color that it just can't be possible. There's something that beautiful in nature. Jeez Louise. Okay, now I was going to do some interferences. So I saw a video that Erica did. And she was, thank you, John. Erica, I watched a couple different videos from her because Erica, Jeff and Erica from Artist Till Death. You've got Moon Cusser, that's another great channel. Resin As You Wish, even though she plays with a whole lot of molds and stuff. So we're sort of limited on people that are actually doing art with, keep telling that, Luciana. Talk everybody into becoming a sponsor. You have 1 week basically to become a sponsor of ColorArte. Help us meet our goal, because I'm never going to give away these gift cards. I'm never going to give away a $1,000 gift card again for $530. It just isn't going to happen. But I am trying to raise the capital that we need so we can move, we can grow, And yeah. Anyway, Erica was doing a piece, and I'm on the fence here what I'm doing here still. She showed her and Jeff trying to blow a bloom. And she used some of her mouth to blow it, and sometimes she used the gun. And they took their time, though. They did use black. I don't have any black mixed. I could use white. And then another one that she did was, it was stepping in for RK3, and she did this background. Looked like she was actually heading to teach marbling. There you go, Karen. She did that one. Oh, you watched the one where they blew the bloom? Yeah, they did a good job. Then she did one for RK3, I think just a couple days ago. And she took some clear and added just a tiny bit of white. So she did a translucent white. She did an interference color. She did one of our Milky Ways. Oh, wow. Thank you, John. Congratulations. I'm so glad to hear you sold 2 pieces. That's fabulous. And then what she said is when she put her dark color in, she purposely put it in where there were pockets of nothing on the canvas. She didn't do a regular clear flood coat. And so when she tilted it, the color grabbed it. But like my friend said, as soon as I get to where I'm playing with the resin, my voice goes up a couple decibels. Yeah, I get really nervous because this is somewhat foreign to me. So I think I'm going to try to kind of blow out a bloom or sort of swipe it from the top and the bottom. I did that one other time before. We'll see how this goes. I do have some Lorez white if I have to mix up some white, but I was curious what the Vivid Intense poured in there. If I wanted to use this as a buff, like a background color, what happens if I use the Vivid Intense that actually has a titanium in it? Not really sure how it's going to react to the color, but let's go for it and see what happens. This is the whole point of me experimenting, right? So I'm going to put what feels like a little bit. There you go. That looks like quite a bit. I'd probably say that was not quite a 1/4 teaspoon, a little bit less. We don't know how much it's going to thicken up, how opaque this is going to be. Well, it seems to be receiving it pretty well. It's not getting thick. This is a good sign, actually. Okay, I think I'm going to go for broke here, but I'm going to ask you for your patience while I mix up a couple more colors, because I think after looking at that, darn it, I can't find any more of those plastic cups. I'm going to end up, I can't find any more of these on my table. Yeah, it really does look like a beautiful consistency. But just to back it up, I'm going to do an interference color. Well, maybe not in those cups. They're all stuck. The problem with these cups is you really can't reuse them at all. They get tossed away. They look pretty on camera, but to me, it's a lot of plastic for the environment. So I try not to use these, right? Yeah, well, you know what? There is a customer of ours that comes online and watches me. She goes by Blind Awakening. She actually has a YouTube channel. And she had, now her situation is different. She had some pressure build up in her eye. And at the age of 61, her optic nerve, I guess, died. Is what they said. It kind of died. I'm going to add a little more of this color just because I think I'm going to use more of it, right? And so she's completely blind in one eye and can see some shadows, but not depth perception. She said when her husband mixes up the resin, she can't see the bubbles of the resin in the cup because she doesn't have the depth perception. But this woman is amazing. She's on. Blind Awakening is here, and I'm bragging on her. Her work is amazing, guys. You need to go check out her channel. She actually has a YouTube channel. She does art, and she's got her website. Woman's amazing. She amazes me. So here I'm talking about you, and there you are, my friend. I think you blow my mind. You're just so amazing. So, oh no, sweetheart. We talked for a long time what people that are sight challenged can still do for art. And I think, now remember how thick this stuff was last time? I'm only going to put the tiniest bit in here because my Lorez white is really, really thick. Well, be careful though. Be very, very careful with it. I mean, you're dealing with something with an acrylic. Who is it that said, Connie Gray, she's excited seeing vivid, intense use in her resin? It's possible because it's an acrylic, but you got to be careful how much you put in there, right? See, I only put the tiniest bit of white in there, and look how much that white is there. Okay, I'm going to do one interference because I think I'm going to do what Erica did. I hope I have enough resin mixed up. I'm going to lay a marble base with these, try to fill in the holes with this, and just kind of make an abstract. I'm still learning what I'm doing, just so everybody understands. Okay, let's add some interference blue to this one. Well, my containers. You can tell I've been showing color mixing with my interference because in December, these jars were full. Means I've been doing a lot of mixing for you guys, right? Let's add some gold. Our interference gold is stunning. If you guys have never used our gold, it is the bomb. Let's get a little resin in this one. Don't worry, I have another cup of resin here. I'm not out. Not that anybody said anything, but I looked up and said, oh yeah, that's right. I mixed another one. Yep. Okay. Let's get some of this interference gold in here. Now we got some combinations to play with. There we go. Thank me. What did I do, John? Anything I can do to help, happy to help. Not sure what I did, but that's okay. You can, yes, okay, primary elements. Now, you asked about primary elements. Primary elements will not dissolve directly in the acrylic, in the resin. It won't. But if you take 2 parts, let me get a jar of it. 2 parts primary elements, right? 1 part vivid art fluid, mix them together as a paste, a creamy paste. Dissolve this down to a creamy paste. Make sure all the colors dissolve. You don't need so much in here that it's wet and juicy. You just need enough. Why we recommend this is an acrylic medium with 0 thickener in it. So you don't have to worry about your working time. And then it also dissolves the color. If you were to put this directly in primer and put this directly in resin, especially the darker and more red and more brown it is, you get horrible moon rocks. So vivid art fluid, as John says, really is your friend. It really is your friend. Okay, so let's go for it. I'm going to try what I saw Erica do. Yeah. I'm not Erica Bauer, but I'll do my very best. It's blind, not bright. Oh my God, look at that interference blue. Ooh. Okay. And then here's the gold. Got to mix it. Now, see how these are not mixing in so quick? There's nothing on the regular mica powders, right? So they don't melt like butter. They need to be mixed slowly, purposefully, or the powder flips out of the cup, right? So there's that interference gold. I hope so, guys. I'm just gonna try a real easy peasy. I need to do this for my soul today. My last piece, I didn't really care for my last resin piece, so yeah. All right, so here's the delphinium. Let's sit to the right. Here's our purple sapphire, not butter. Yeah, if there's no wetting agent on it, it doesn't melt. And I think once we get this organization done, I think we need to sell the wetting agent too. Something that you can pre-moisten your mica with, especially if you're going to do a big batch. Yeah, go slow with the mica powders. Okay, now here's the part where I always get nervous. I do like it probably in this orientation, but I don't have a lot of room left to write on this area where the silicone mat is. So I still need to be really careful with this. All right, so I'm gonna lay down the two light colors. Now this is an actual white, but Erica likes to do a translucent white. So I'm gonna have a little fun and try to do what she does. Take a little bit of the epoxy, right? And then she does this. She puts a little bit of the white in there. So she's just kind of making a translucent white. So it gives a little tiny bit of coverage. But see how that's not a white white? That's one little trick. But it's not me. That's Erica. Erica Bauer. All right, so let's just try it. I'm just gonna use this whole intuitive thing. Pour them in, pour it all out in larger patterns. Pour the whole thing out in a pattern like I saw her do. I'm just gonna go for it. I do like that translucency because I bet you that prism pour below, that frostbite's gonna show below. By the way, for those that came in a little late, that was frostbite that I painted the board with. Hey Audra, how you doing, honey? I know I'm getting really quiet because I'm just trying to follow along my pattern here. Almost trying to do like that ribbon pour without the ribbon pour. I saw actually Arissa Rue do the same thing. She poured these base colors out. And then what she did is she filled up the pocket. It's a gorgeous color. Frostbite's such a gorgeous color, John. But then I think that about all of our colors. They're my babies. I made them all. So, all right, so there goes the gold. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to heat this yet. Oh, and cerulean blue. Definitely cerulean blue is a winner. And see, now I don't like how this is. Yeah, it does look like a really cool minty green, doesn't it? And a little accident over here. You guys can't see it, but I dumped some of my interference blue. I think I need to get this going here, get this interference blue. Am I a bad influence? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, John. But this week we want to be bad influence. We're trying to raise capital. We're trying to make room for the move, for the building, basically save color art, get us back on track. And the bank has given us a goal. And we got halfway there in 6 days. Not bad at all. We just need a few more days and we'll be able to handle this new triple. Ooh, look at what's happening there. I'm loving that color combination. See that interference blue over that matte color? I know you're helping every chance you get, John. I get it, sweetheart. Wow, but I wish you could see what's happening here. Look at what's going on with that. Oh my God. Part of me just wants to leave it like that and say, what does it look like when it dries? But I know I made more color. Now, yeah, I know that's a pretty interesting effect. That's crazy. Okay, so I think she heated it a little bit here. Let me be careful and get my hands wiped down with alcohol first before I pick up this heat gun. She just heated it slightly, I think. I could be wrong. I might be missing a step. Judy, did she heat it before she filled her puddles up? I know, it's beautiful. Oh, you can see it? Blind Awakening, my girl. She can see it. Yep. I'm telling you, those interferences make everything pop, 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 pop. Okay, so she did heat it slightly. All right, because I think we just heat it slightly to get it to move. But I'm not really doing a countertop. I'm kind of doing a combo. Because I'm using colors that she's not really using, right? Okay, the thing is then what I do I tilt it? I mean, she tilted the whole thing after she had the color on. And I kind of want to fill the pockets in. So, okay, let's go for it. This is where my voice goes up a couple decibels because I'm making a beautiful mess here. A beautiful mess. Let's pour a little bit of this purple sapphire next to that beautiful gold. And I'll fill in another purple sapphire over here. I'm just filling in the holes now that have no paint. Whether I'm doing this right or wrong, we'll see. A tiny bit of this butterscotch here. Butterscotch here. There's like these 3 little holes. Butterscotch here. I'm trying to think intuitively of what colors might go well together. And yet I know that all of these are going to kind of look pretty interesting once we get it done. Again, I'm taking a risk here doing this technique where you're kind of filling in the holes and tilting off and trying to create a beautiful abstract effect with what's left in the holes. And wow, that delphinium is just magnificent. I'm in love with that color. This looks like it needs a little vein in here. There's a little pattern right here. There's another line to lay down a whole thing of delphinium here. A little delphinium here. This is what you guys fantasize about, right? Someone goes on camera and makes a beautiful mess, and you don't have to waste the resin to see how it works, right? Kinda. Okay, I'm willing to be your guinea pig. So both purples are down. I'm feeling a little lost here, like what am I supposed to do now? Michelle, if you're watching, I'm trying to keep my voice low. She's the one that teased me that my voice goes up a couple decibels. So if anybody's interested in the sponsorship information I gave you, go to the ColorPlay deal page. I have 3 of the coupons up there. There's a $500 gift card, $750 gift card, and a $1,000 gift card. All of them have different spend amounts to earn it. Okay, now I mixed this crazy electric green. But remember, I dropped so much of that apple color in there. I don't know about the green. Oh, you had stuff shipped down the street so your hubby wouldn't bitch about it? Okay. I don't know. I'm questioning the green now, guys. So I know it's no rules, so let's just get it warmed up. I'm not trying to bake it. I like what's happening here. Between the gold and the blue right here? Possibly. That's what I was thinking, but if I ruin it, okay. This is what I was thinking. Uh-oh, Hope Designs is on. Mandy can give me some advice. I know it's pretty, but will it make a beautiful piece? Now I feel like you need just a dab more green here and there to balance it out, right? Just a tiny bit more green. Okay, so we warmed it up. I'm gonna do the tilt. Erica did a tilt, and what she was trying to do was get the colors to tilt off. I know, I'm worried about the green too. I do love that turquoise from the Vivid Intense colors. Oh my God. It's already pulling over in the colors. Oh, shit, guys. I just said shit on camera twice. I just dumped a half a cup of resin on top of my light stand. And then it's on the phone cord. And you're gonna have to bear with me while I mop this up. I knew I always keep the resin on my back table so I can't touch it, accidentally knock it over. Let me just get some paper towels here. You can't see what I'm doing. Sorry for the S word, guys. I was about to show you this beautiful color going over the edge. Oh my God. I mean, this is beautiful. I'm digging what's happening there. Yeah, I don't know if it happens to you all the time. Like, I cannot resin my light stand to the table. I need to put something underneath it so it doesn't stick. It's what my phone sits in, and it's a big stand. I'm lifting it up right now so I can get something underneath it. There we go, and it doesn't stick to the table. Like I said, major accident. Here we go. All right, so let's see what we got going here. I'm really loving the colors. I just don't know if it's making any sense like a regular pour that we tilt off, right? And then bring back. Yeah, I got plenty of alcohol for that table, for that thing, for the light stand. I do. But right now I just had to do an emergency, put some paper towels underneath it so it wouldn't stick. That's the only thing of doing this resin on camera. That's why it's going to be so nice once I move. Woohoo! We're going to be able to have the overhead camera on, and we won't have to worry about so much of this. Now I'm going to let this purple grab, even though I gave up some of that turquoise over the edge. Let it grab and then go back. And then we got one little corner over here. I mean, I could sit and take some of the color that's run off if there's any place where it's clean, like a clean section, and then try to put it here. Just like when we do with acrylic pouring, that way the resin has something to grab onto and pour over with, right? I don't know. I mean, I don't actually hate this. You get a little more heat on this and a little bit more epoxy. Yeah, that delphinium is to die for, guys. It really is. It's gorgeous. I know I'm going to find my own way with the epoxy. I'm sure I will with enough practice. I mean, this is what they say as far as, you know, the practicing goes. I'm looking for my bottle of alcohol here. There we go. Yeah, the delphinium. All of those are gorgeous. They're really, really pretty. I do love what that turquoise did in the center. I love that vivid intense. That's that Titan teal. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything off my hand so I can pick this sucker up. I got to get my heat gun going here because we got one spot here where it didn't go over the edge, and it needs a little heat. Now again, I have a little bit of this left, so I could, in theory, pour some of this right here and fill in that area. That would make a nice tip to here. Do I have the big box? What are you asking me? Still have that big cup of, yeah, I have not a whole cup. I dumped some of it, but yeah, I have some epoxy here. Why? I do. Furry Art Mother has an idea. Yeah, it's not on the floor. It's to the light stand on my table. But you're right, John, I will. I just got to make, so what are you asking, Fairy Art Mother? I still have that big cup sitting right here. Yep. I'll get that over. I'm liking that turquoise in the corner. No, it's out of the way. I moved it. It's out of the way. I'm kind of giving a little tap here. Well, this is kind of a crazy tilt and pour. The colors sure are magnificent. I mean, magnificent. Whether it's forming the perfect tilt and pour, I don't know. But it could be a great layer one, because so many people are doing multiple layers. Oh my goodness. Now I want to show you what's happening on my table here. Where the drips came off, I wish I had another canvas to grab the drips. Show you. John, you're a sweetheart. Look at these drips. Can you see those drips right there? All these little drips and then the purple sapphire in the middle of it. And yes, there's even resin on my neck here where my phone is connected. We have resin everywhere. Yes, it might be great for a second layer. But remember last time how we saved the other one, we were doing those bubbles. And I do have quite a bit of epoxy here. Remember, I was doing the droplets. I could do droplets on this pretty easily. I love to save these, but if I want to soften the edges with the heat gun, that's true. I can't save those drips if I want to get close here and mix something else. So I can soften the edges between them. Hey, Kathleen. There are some announcements at the beginning, Catherine, you may want to hear, so if you go back to the replay, you'll hear my announcements on what's going on with our specials right now. Now I can soften these, but then where am I going? Ooh, Mom's Heart Doctor Day. Right on. Yeah, let's see if we can get this to tilt in a little more interesting way. I don't know. I'm kind of liking what's going on here. Yeah. So the only thing I can think of doing, I got some epoxy left, is playing with that water droplet technique. But where it works best is if I have some black or some definitive dark colors down below. And this one really doesn't have that. So I think I'm going to leave this as a layer 1 and see what happens. I'm really excited that the Vivid Intense turned out so darn pretty because I can use that in. But I have all this epoxy left. Now, hang on a minute. Am I seeing something or am I seeing something? Oh, no, that's just the interference gold floating over the top. I thought I saw some foaminess. Can you see the interference blue floating on the top of that Vivid Intense Titan Teal? Yeah, I think this is going to be much prettier than we think when it dries because the blue is running right on top of that. Interference blue is running on right on top of the Vivid Intense, and then this interference gold is adding like this splash of gold in there. So guys, here, let me turn this over. Like I said, I do have a little bit of cleanup. I have a thing that sits on my table that's got a stand and that whole cup. You could do another interference in thin veins, you're right. I could do that. I have some epoxy left, if you guys want to see me do that. I feel like I need to change my gloves though. I mean, I want to give you as much entertainment as I can and show you how all that stuff works. But basically, the droplets are interference dropped on top of one another, Miss Sorceress. If you've not seen that video where I did the water droplets, the resin water droplets, it adds a beautiful texture to this. And then it looks like a more complete piece than just something colors floating in midair. So let's get this other glove on. Once your hands are sweaty, it's hard to change gloves. Thanks, John. You have a good one, sweetheart. I see. It's gorgeous. I'm going to leave it the way it is. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. I can pour this epoxy off in some molds, so I have a good use for it. See you later, John. Hugs and kisses. Okay, so one more time, because of all the scheduling, I will be on tomorrow. I will be on Friday. Tomorrow's 11 a.m. Friday is tomorrow. Saturday is at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are running the 40% off Stock Up 40 sale for one more week. The bank has given us a goal. We reached it halfway. But in conjunction on the ColorPlay deals page, I've created 3 gift cards. There's 2 more that are going to go up. Basically, you buy in at $295, you get a $500 gift card. That's probably going to be the most popular one. I am going to put my cell phone number, I think, on there so you guys can text me right away and say, I made a purchase. Or maybe what I should do is put an email link right there that's let us know you made the purchase, I made the purchase. We customize the gift card just to you, to your email address. And I did one at a $750 increment and I did one at a $1,000 increment. We've got a goal that's been set for us. We need to make it in the next week. And we're just going to take it to the people. That's the best way to do this. Take it to the people, give them a break. I'd asked Fairy Art Mother what she thought about just, you know, doing some kind of sponsorship. And she said, I would rather have a gift card that I can spend on, say, the watercolors in the future or something else that you come out with, not be forced to figure out what can I spend 40% off now, okay? So that's kind of where I came up with this thought process. I put it out minutes before we went on live. So if you go to the ColorPlay deal page, you'll see them there. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me. And thank you for allowing me to panic a little bit about me learning about epoxy. I need to go take a class from Erica, be honest. I think she would be amazing to take a class from, but I'll keep trying. I'll keep experimenting. I'll keep mixing for you because I love you guys. Hope you have a beautiful day. Hugs and kisses. Bye.